Greetings, I am Liz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Yeah.
And we're leaving together.
Yes.
Bye.
I'm leaving. I run as fast as I can back to my house. This is the worst day ever. Because there were so many rumors about me at school. Then Daddy is going on a date with Joey's mom. And Joey is basically punishing me for that, but I'm not going to bring that up.
And
because that's exactly
me.
And threatening me with what's going to happen if we become siblings, and that's horrifying. And now I have a metalhead stoner living next door. Oh my God. I'm like, who wrote this?
I don't know.
I'm having such a weird, who wrote this?
And again, they're using mature themes over and over again. Like, this isn't for a young audience. And it's a little wild.
Whoa. Oh, I miss my normal life.
You could just call the police like you said you would, but you probably won't. Oh
wow.
my God.
Well, Alex, explain... Oh.
Will Alex explain to me tomorrow why he's posting my pictures or adding my pictures? I didn't fucking read the
Posting my pictures.
Posting my pictures. What new kind of gossip hell will I fall into tomorrow? What will happen to me next? Find out next time in the next chapter of Freshman Fantasies!
Well, thanks very much for joining us. Oh,
Yeah, bye, everybody.
It was a 1 minute episode. Bye! All right, we're
continue.
gonna have to load this. Hold on.
It's hilarious.
All right, we ride to the next chapter. You know, we actually haven't seen this game advertised
This
before.
one is new.
Those ears on two of them look so fluffy. I am for it.
Yep, it looks excellent. Yes, it's been 24 hours since the pictures of me and Ben making out went viral.
Amongst my high school, not across the world.
Nope.
Whole world. Everyone
We
going,
turned into
wow!
a meme.
It turned into a meme. High school girl making out drunkenly with a dude.
And then
For whatever reason, the video is just like the picture. One of the pictures is just like imminently captionable, just like some of those pictures
Yes.
are. And it's just like everybody passes it around and gets on the news and people share it on their Facebook walls. She's like everywhere.
God,
The
I
whole world
remember
knows.
when I had more regular TV for a while living with my parents. So this is
Okay.
basically back also when I was a kid. I remember when they actually would share memes on TV trying to
actual news.
explain to adults what the hell it was. It
Yeah.
was so awkward.
I see.
And yet, I still haven't had anything else from Alex. All I know is that he lied to me yesterday.
It's Saturday and the music is bad. Oh,
I should be mad at him, but I just can't find it in myself, not in myself to be. I'm not sure why.
it can be because of trauma.
Trauma.
Trauma can explain many of your experiences, such as having feelings and desires that you don't understand, having behaviors that you have nothing to couch in, not wanting to take action when other people might want to take action, or you might think it might be a good idea. Trauma is the answer.
Also, at the same time, too, making yourself numb. I don't hate this person, but I don't really think much about them either, because, they're kind of horrible.
And going, I'm not angry at him because it's too tiring to be angry at him, because anger doesn't do anything. If you've had your feet knocked out from under you enough times, your boundaries violated enough times, you understand that anger doesn't really do anything. Now, you can still hit that anger point, like if things are in the right situation, and clearly, Byrne does get angry at things.
Yeah.
But there's a level of going, like, when you feel helpless, you're like, I just don't know what to do.
Right, and especially with an environment like this, Byrne doesn't have
Any recourse? None.
He has no information, little
He
comprehension.
has also shown over and over again that his resources are much greater than hers.
Terrifying. Furthermore, things are getting out of hand. At first, everyone talked about how steamy the kiss was, but now they've started criticizing the clothes I was wearing.
You mean your swimsuit, which was your underwear?
Yes, I know they weren't brand name and they were completely mismatched because I wasn't expecting to be naked. But, but I run my own fashion blog.
Hey, your blog finally came back in. You've actually got a minute to think about yourself on screen. Holy crap.
I run my own fashion blog. This is the one place it's gonna come up? What? That is wild. I'm proud of my style. I guess it must be one of Alex's plans to humiliate me. This is so indicative of what I see online, and I hate to say it, what I usually hear is so many criticisms basically of any perceived women or girls of their style, their sense of style, what they look like. They basically are just turned into sexual objects, going, how attractive then are you to me? So that idea that basically women are observed and men are the observers, like that is usually the thing of going like, you're an object and that you have no agency anymore. And everybody goes, this is all we care about. And I've seen people go, all these people I go as being harassed or as being attacked. And all I'm hearing about online is how my makeup was off. or how my dress wasn't cute enough, or whatever. And I'm like, it's weird. You're like, this person is being harassed, and this is what the audience chooses to fixate on because patriarchy?
Because that is what our culture teaches us is important. As
Yes.
you say, and not everyone does that. There are circles where that happens for sure. I like that she's actually defending herself here. Instead of going, I'm worthless, I'm terrible, she's really just going, I like what I do, and
Right.
I think it's cute. And I kind of love that. I think they forgot she was in her swimsuit because they're talking about the outfit she was wearing. I think they really did forget that she was wearing her swimsuit because he pulled her straight out of the pool.
Right.
I say, but at the same time, I like that she's here in her own space by herself, still trying to assert that she does actually like things about herself. And it's frustrating to have people sort of dig in on those things because she isn't necessarily going for what they're going for.
Right.
And some people have talked about that, going, it's really hard sometimes to be and do yourself, if you will, because people go, well, you're not doing it very well, but you're doing something different than what they're criticizing.
Right.
In the same way that I've done a lot of art that's sort of semi-abstract and impressionist. It still has a clear subject matter usually and often has some form of story to it, but it is not sharp angles, it's not a lot of realism, that kind of thing. It's meant to have more of an emotion than it is to have the, I know that that is exactly a koi fish and I couldn't tell it from a photograph, you know?
Right.
And the thing is I have had some people go, wow, you know, you keep working on that and you'll get really a lot better. It'll look more realistic anytime. And I'm like, that's not what I'm going for.
That's not the style.
That's not what I'm doing.
I love that with people going like, here's art, and what I'm expecting is that all art is eventually heading towards realism, and you're like, that is a type of art. This is also a type of art? Like, what the hell? I guess it must be one of Alex's plans to humiliate me. And on top of all that, I have a new neighbor, and he's crazy, or at least he's just really rude.
Really rude.
Really, really rude.
And also, oh God.
His name is Luke.
I thought he showed up again. Huh.
I know. He offered me some weed last night. It was the first time we'd ever met. Like,
God.
I mean, it might be legal depending on where you are.
It is surprising, basically, how many shadow people there are in here, and how many people she meets that are just men. Men and boys.
I know.
Like, there are hardly any women in her life.
It also, though, could be basically her level of focus. She might talk to basically other individuals that she identifies as women, but she doesn't care.
And that just doesn't, it isn't a really big deal. It doesn't impact her life strongly enough to be notable.
Because that's actually a thing that some people have pointed out. We're going like, of course you've had a ton of other women you've ever met in your life, but what you choose to focus on shows on what you've been taught or what you believe is to be important. Like, I wonder if things will go better today. Hopefully they won't get worse, and I just really don't want to get out of bed, but I don't have any choice.
Are you going to school on Saturday?
I think this is Friday, because that was Thursday.
No. The party was on Thursday, and then yesterday was Friday. She even just said it's the weekend.
Hi. Do we just skip over the whole weekend?
We might have just skipped the whole
Holy
weekend. Holy
shit, what happened? Okay, I won't lie, I do not feel like going to school today. The whole weekend was terrible. I don't want to make Dad worry about me by suddenly taking a day off. Besides, I have a chemistry test later. I hope I do well. No matter how hard I tried to study last night, nothing seemed to stick. And Luke didn't turn down his music at all, and my daddy came home, and my daddy didn't do anything either. Daddy just went to go have his special time. This is strange.
He just went to go do me time. Me time.
That's what Daddy was doing.
Morning. Happy Monday.
I jump a little when Kayla taps my shoulder.
Pops up behind you. Morning, Vern.
You scare the crap out of me. That sounds like somebody who really is like, so that's another thing that some people talk about can be indicative of somebody who has trauma. They are literally unable to perceive their surroundings because they get super like focused in on one thing.
They get real strong tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, yes, there we are. And you can see that with like other characteristics, like people who have ADHD can basically hyper focus a lot, but like you can really see that characteristic pop up with somebody who's traumatized.
Or who's very, very stressed out.
Or very abused.
There can be an experience of if someone's having a bad time, and they're basically disconnected from their situation, there will be a lot of like, I didn't see you there. I didn't see you there. I didn't notice anybody.
Right? Kayla grins cheekily. Like always.
Sorry, Bern. What's wrong? You seem restless?
Tell me about it.
Did something happen last night?
What? Are you really saying that
The whole weekend's gone.
The whole weekend is somehow gone, but literally bled into Monday.
Well, again, she's going like, no.
I don't...
She would be asking about if you coming to school stressed out, did something happen before school, which was last night, because nothing happens in the morning before school.
Ah, okay.
You would assume it was over the weekend and just recently.
No, it is.
So we're to the school on the weekend then. Are we just coming in for like weekend
Or
time
maybe
school?
it's like last night and then she's going like, no, it was actually on Friday.
Uh-huh.
I ran into this dude when I went home, so...
I think we would just, again, like, Kayla doesn't understand very much, but she's the only person we really get to share with.
Which is just horrible.
I
was
feel
like,
like-
tell Kayla about Lucas
I feel
finally.
like Byrne has always shared her life with Kayla. Like, for the most part, she really has.
I have a new neighbor.
Oh. Is he good looking? Do you like him? Maybe he's my Prince Charming, because the other one from the party did not work out.
I can't find him. Like, well... No, I don't think so. He's crazy. He kept on listening to music super loud and didn't turn it down even after I asked him to.
For real?
Yeah, and that's not the worst thing. He offered me pot the first time we met.
Also, even if pot's legal, she's underage, so it's not legal for her.
It's true. Also at the same time, too, I'm really like, okay, you have got to be from an English-speaking country.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think this is one of the more solid ones where I'm like, you speak English as a first language writer.
Okay.
Like, that, because I'm like, you have said pot, you have done joint, you have weird little things in here that I'm like, I think this is actually, for once, somebody who speaks English as their first language.
Why, you don't think those things translate easily?
I don't think that you would use so many different ones. Because sometimes people will go, oh, that's the word, and so you use that word kind of thing. They start sounding repetitive because you don't know what else to say.
Because that is the one word that translates.
Right.
I suppose.
Because to me, I'm like, that seems, like, there's been some interesting lines in here. Because, like, I've been trying going, like, where are you from? Because your story is also, like, one, it's so much darker than, like, other stories that we've read from Genius stuff, where I'm you don't seem like you normally speak English as a first language. And again, this is not to make fun of them. That's still really impressive. It's just going, like,
there's
weird ticks that are going on with the language choice that just baffles me.
Okay.
The first time we met. Also, again, I like this little tiny callback because Byrne was super resistant to alcohol when we first started.
She was.
And there is still some resistance to it for sure as well, going like, I'm underage, and I think basically all drugs are bad, and I've been trying to hide even that I have been to parties where they have drugs. And I do mean even recreational drugs.
And I keep saying no, and then someone sort of pushes me into it.
And then I don't have enough, basically,
Self-assertion.
Self-assertion, yeah, to assert my boundaries again.
Yep. Weed. Just weed!
Oh. Weed! I cover her mouth with my hand.
Don't
say so loudly. The teachers will come by and snipe us.
I...
That's how that works.
Right. Sorry, but did you take it?
Heck no.
My goodness, Byrne! I'm sure you know already, but it seems like you're surrounded by annoying people. Your whole life. How do you keep attracting so many annoying people? Not the hot guys, but the other ones. Like, how did you attract the most popular bully in school?
Such a good, excellent kavich for
it. It fits her so well.
Like, just the tiny, yes, but the hot guys.
Poor girl. Poor you.
I know, right? What did I do to deserve all of this? Kayla shrugs, unable to give me an answer. Anyway, let's go to class. I want to study a bit more for the chemistry quiz.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, we did just skip the whole weekend, yeah.
Everybody stares at me on the way to the cafeteria.
Everybody carrying their one backpack between them, all walking together, wearing wearing matching shoes on all the feet.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the newest iteration of the meme?
Oh,
it's
God.
Hilarious.
It's in like Generation 6 already.
I know. They look at my outfit as I walk down the hallway. Do my clothes look stupid or something? Ben waves at me as soon as he spots me. What's wrong? Why are you frowning? I don't know. Everybody keeps on staring at me. Do I look stupid in this dress?
Everyone and everybody is both staring at you.
That is an explosively, long laugh.
That is, until
Ben
he is hoarse.
laughs until he is hoarse.
Ben just busts out
Or-
laughing and laughs for an entire minute.
Or he's already basically strained his voice and he immediately, slides
Like it
into being
happens
hoarse.
really quickly.
Yeah.
Wow, that is intense.
Sorry. Well, you look great, Ben. Hey, don't worry about it. But why do they keep looking at me like that? It's because of Alex. He's making us seen again on social media. Haven't you looked at it?
Haven't you checked any of your alerts at all? No, I threw my phone away because I didn't want to get near me.
You need to understand how much it sucks. You should go look at it. I know it's traumatizing for you, but it's alright. Yeah, I think you would enjoy it.
You actually know it's traumatizing for me?
What?
Never mind.
I shake my head. I haven't had a chance to look at my smartphone at all. Just shut. I listen to Ben and check on my social media account.
I love how they just have a generic social media account. It's not many or several or multiple platforms.
Right.
Everyone just shares one unified dystopian social media account.
It's Facebook. Many people were criticizing the bikini I was wearing, and I kissed Ben.
Okay, so we do know she was in the bikini, or at least we remember now.
I see Alex defending me in the comments. I really don't understand, Alex.
Oh my
After
god.
posting pictures of us?
Okay. The white knight savior complex. Okay.
I created
So,
this problem, but I'm also going to save you from it.
I created this problem to save you from it.
Uh-huh.
To show you that I will save you. Okay, so if you've ever seen the movie Megamind, in it, Megamind tries to create a replacement hero for his nemesis. And that replacement hero happens to be an incredibly unhealthy, entitled individual who then goes after his own love interest. Titan is his hero name. And so Titan goes after his own love interest, and she's like, I'm not interested in you that way. He's like, right! I'm supposed to rescue you first. So he proceeds to put her in aggressive peril and rescue her from it.
Yes.
And the thing is it's not usually that obvious, but that's basically what it is. And I've actually been in social situations where someone maneuvers you into a corner where you're in a poor social situation, where you're in a less safe physical situation, or things like that, and then they get you out of it.
I have been in situations, and mostly with guys, and I'm talking about cis dudes. And I hate to say this, again, I hate bagging on it, but it's to me, this has really aggressively been my experience, where it's just I've run into quite a few of them, where they're I set you up to basically humiliate you intellectually, and either embarrass you or frustrate you or whatever else, because it's an impossible question or something stupid and esoteric that you have no knowledge to,
and
no
then
connection
I
to.
rescue and defend you.
And go, no, Ollie, it's fine. I've had that happen. It's fucking annoying.
So this is this is another pattern of abuse. They're using so many different flavors in this game.
It's
and
wild.
Byrne is going, I don't understand it. So again, there's a lot of going, I don't understand this, by someone who assumes people are decent people.
Yeah.
So one of the things that causes someone that basically facilitates someone being more susceptible to abuse is when they assume the best of other people.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with assuming the best of other people, but there is a level of going, if you just assume everyone has good intentions at heart, it can be very hard to perceive when they're being malicious to you.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Oh, get wrecked. Kind of thing.
And the
that
thing
gets
is
really annoying.
I am susceptible to this. I tend to trust people. I tend to think the best of people. I have infinite faith in humanity. And mostly, it's been an amazingly good experience. But sometimes, it burns you.
After posting pictures of us, he's defending me in the comments. Even telling people about my fashion blog. What does he want from me, Ben? This me? What if it's a trick to make you fall for him? What do you mean?
That was really fast.
All he does is lie and cheat. But you can't stop thinking about him, right? Was that Byrne? I think that was Byrne.
That's it.
Byrne is this, but all he does to lie and cheat.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Ben.
Oh, okay, because I'm I
just
thought I saw this
describing
chain.
him, but I don't know.
Whatever.
But you can't stop thinking about him.
Right? I blush. Ben isn't entirely wrong. He's literally been making my life a living hell. How else? What else am I supposed to be doing with my time? Part of my life now is being literally attacked, and I'm being basically antagonized by this guy. I can't put him down.
And I know this guy has power over me and can push his way in whenever he wants to. He has made it abundantly clear that he can walk over any of my boundaries. He has access to my house. He has access to my phone. He has access to my, basically my social presence.
Byrne also thought obsessively about Jonathan in a lot of ways too. If you
she
want
really
to
did.
like put it that way. But
When
I'm just,
somebody is, when something is a threat, you tend to think about it. The thing is if you are on the edge of an incredibly high precipice, you're not usually going, and what will I do next Tuesday? You're usually going, I'm going to be careful and not fall.
ooh, that's a cliff.
And you're going to usually think about that first. In the same way that they say if a tiger is chasing you, you're not going to be looking at your retirement plans, thinking about your Christmas party, wondering whether or not, your Facebook post got enough likes. You're going to be getting away from the tiger and all your energy is going to be there.
You're going to be in survival mode.
And that's what I feel is going on here. And it also fits with the character because she demonstrated it when they really clearly set it up a precedent with Jonathan.
Right.
She could not stop thinking about the threat that was in her mind.
Right. Ben isn't entirely wrong. Ben? Yes? You've been thinking about Alex, haven't you? Yes? Why would... Are they really going, this is romantic tension? I know, it's...
The thing is she can really think of it that way and go, why else would he be on my mind? So, with Jonathan, there was a clear violation that crossed her moral boundaries.
Right.
So she could go, you are unacceptable. But Alex hasn't done that clear violation. He's done a muddy violation.
Right.
So she knows he's gotten a hold of her number without her permission. He got her name without her permission. He's gotten a hold of her address and demanded things of her. But none of those are completely unacceptable socially the way rape is.
Right.
And if you weren't here for the beginning of this and you're here now, there's rape early on in the game, and they're explicit about it.
And that is what happens.
We're not extrapolating anything. That's just what happens.
Yep. Even if the game itself doesn't really deal with it, it sort of
the
brushes
game doesn't
over
deal with it because that's the point is that it was a bad thing.
Yep.
And it's continued to affect her.
Anyway.
And the thing is there's an experience of what I talked about before, going, if a guy is running through your head, you might assume why he's running through your head if you can't have any labels. And especially if everything you normally choose is questioned. Why do you want that? Why are you doing that? Why do you need that? Well, why not?
Right.
Kind of thing. Then you start to question yourself and go, I need an answer for why I'm thinking about him.
Because it can't be that he's a bad person because he's a guy.
Well, and if he was bad, why would I think about him?
Right?
I wouldn't be thinking about him just because he's bad.
I've seen this kind of happen to some people. But anyway.
So in this case, she could be having an experience where she's going, if I have been thinking about him this much, clearly it means something is going on with me, in the same way that I mentioned in the episode before.
Yeah.
Or 2 episodes ago. And so it would be you either confess that to him or you try and dodge around it. On the other hand, he has demonstrated you can't lie to me.
Yeah.
And he's held it over her before.
I'm so uncomfortable. All right, well, in the next one, we will actually choose. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. What?
I guess it wasn't him. It was Joey that did that, wasn't it? You can't lie to me, but I think Ben has done it as well.
I think they've both done it.
God, when she's trying to choose something else.
Patterns of abuse are fucking everywhere, and sometimes they all sound like they're the same. All right, so thank you very much, everybody, though, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!